You know, you don't really realize how much of something you have until you lay it out around you, as if you're a school teacher with all your students gathered for reading, or potentially a cult leader.
I had no idea this was a cult. What?
This many mugs is honestly a lot. And I hope you're ready for us to go through them today, because that's what we're doing for day 5 of my 13 days of Halloween. Welcome to class, students. We are going through my very large and in charge mug collection today, and I thought we would do so cozily on the floor with blankets. So grab your blanket, grab your favorite mug, and let's get cozy together on the ground. Also, I'm wearing my Mickey ears because I have no other place to wear them besides at my house. So we're gonna wear these today just because I feel like it. We're going through my mug collection today, and I kind of tried to organize them in a way that makes sense. However, sometimes they were kind of hard to figure out where to place them, so ultimately what I did was mainly by character. So if it's jack-o'-lanterns, jack-o'-lanterns went together, ghosts went together, cats went together, etc. And then there is one or two random piles where I didn't know where to put things. So one just like things that have phrases on them, and then one just like miscellaneous gothy stuff, or I did based off brand because I couldn't figure out where to put some things. So that's how we're gonna go through this today. Are you ready? Because there's a lot. I think we should start with the Dracula vampire pile, because why not? Okay, we have this one. Ooh. So I believe I got this one from Big Lots last year, and it says vampire blood. This mug is giant. Like, I don't know if that gives you any perspective, but this mug is grand indeed. It's just red on the inside. Next up, we have some fangs with some lips. And then this one says, "I've come to use your mug." And I just thought that was funny and a different pun. Next we have this one that says Bat Juice, and this is, I would say, Ray Dunn mug. I got this at, I think it was Home Goods or TJ Maxx, and I don't know, I just liked how it was very simple. Bat Juice. Does it make sense for a vampire? No, but here we are.
Feels like cannibalism.
This one I got last year on sale at Joann's, and it says "Time for a Coffin Break." And I don't know, I liked how this one didn't say anything about coffee. It just played a pun on coffee and said coffin instead, so I appreciated that. I do wish more vampire mugs were made, because I feel like there are few and far in between, and there's never like a full-on vampire on a mug.
Do you have Nosferatu?
We'll just kind of stay on the vampire theme and kind of move to more like gothy ones that I found. So I got this one. Got this one last year from Victorian Trading Company. I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared off the face of the earth one day, and that was that. But I liked how this one had a lady crying on a tombstone with a raven, and then, I don't know, just the vibes, I like them. This one is based off of Gothic architecture, and I got these ones off of Amazon. They have information on the bottom, so it talks about all about Gothic tracery, which I love. This one is very similar, just different type of Gothic cathedral architecture. So this again has information all about it on the bottom. It's kind of weird because I can see myself at the bottom of this mug.
Wow.
That's when you know you found somebody really special.
Okay, we're gonna pivot. Two more Halloween mugs, and then we'll kind of backtrack it to other ones that maybe not are so much Halloween. So I'm gonna go through ones that are mugs with jack-o'-lanterns on them, and then we'll move into ones that are jack-o'-lantern shaped or pumpkin shaped. So here's one of those mugs I didn't really know where to put, but this one does totally have jack-o'-lanterns on it, so it counts. I really like this mug. It came in a stack of 4. However, like this part on the bottom, just the shape of it reminds me of a hotel mug, and I don't know why that is, but it makes me happy because of it. Next up, we have this one from the brand Emma Bridgewater. I love these mugs. If you are in the UK, they are more easy to access. However, they do deliver to the US, and I think this one is so cool. I love how it has lanterns up top, and then where's my cat? There's some cats as well. It's so cute. And then in the end, in the inside, it says All Hallows Eve, just all the way across. What I love about Emma Bridgewater is she make sure to put something at the bottom, and it's just such a small touch, but it means so much to someone like me where I'm very detail oriented. Oh look, the mug has ears. I'm in a weird mood today. I don't know why. I think hearing myself talk has been a lot so far, and I'm also watching, you can't see, but up top there, I'm watching, oh my god, I almost did a dab. I'm watching the Overnight in Haunted Winchester House with Garrett and Andrew, and it has been chef's kiss so far. Next jack-o'-lantern mug is, woo! This one. Did I scare you by throwing it? It's a jack-o'-lantern party. I got this one in 2021, I believe, from Home Goods. And the inside it says boo and it's orange. Next up is this one. This one came in a pack of 4 and I got from Marshall's last year. I just really like how smiley these jack-o'-lanterns are. And then I do like how at the bottom they're taupe. This one also gives me hotel coffee mug vibes, so I do like using these ones for that reason as well. Next up is this black mug with some jack-o'-lanterns. I think I got this one from Tuesday morning. Is that what that brand is? I don't think it was Home Goods or TJ Maxx. I think it was Tuesday morning. Next up is this one. I got this one from Home Goods, and the other side just has the stripes, but this side is the part with the jack-o'-lantern on it. Next up is one that I made. I didn't make the mug itself, I just got these ones off Amazon, and they're very nice and thick-walled. But I did make the little emblem on it, which is supposed to represent the sugar cookies that we all know and love during this time of the year. So yeah, I made one, and I gave it to myself because this was my tester mug to see how everything would go. I got this one from At Home last year, and I was very excited to at least find a mug from At Home since we don't have them here in Oregon. So I got this when I was in Colorado. We have the Ittiest Bittiest mug from Target. I think this is like a 6 ounce, maybe 8 ounce. That's pushing it though. I think it's 6 ounce mug. I think it's supposed to be for kids. However, like as you can see by my hands comparison, it is very small. It's from Hide and Eek. This mug is from the collection this year from Target, and this is one of my favorite mugs just because I love his face and I love how they made his nose just like very dainty and just like a little flash of light hitting it. I have a couple Disney jack-o'-lantern mugs. So this is one I think I got either last year or 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. I really liked this jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. I feel like Disney normally comes out with at least a jack-o'-lantern Mickey pumpkin mug, but I didn't really like this one this year, so I didn't get one. Last year they made this Mickey jack-o'-lantern mug, and I really like it. However, one thing that does kind of irk me is it's hand wash only. But I do think it has a lot of nice details. I like how it's a double stacked pumpkin because you normally don't see this shape very often in mugs. And then I like how the bottom is just a plain jack-o'-lantern. The back says trick or treat. The one thing I do find a bit obnoxious is this handle. It is very large and kind of awkward to hold. It does kind of remind me of a pretzel though, like a soft pretzel, so I guess that's a win there. That's all of the jack-o'-lantern style ones that I have. I'm going to move into some other shapes that I found, and then we'll move into my ghost mugs. This one I got from World Market last year. I really like how they gave him a little bow tie. I love when cats wear bow ties. I think it's the cutest thing ever. We got a couple bats, so I have this bat shaped one again from World Market. It's super cute. It is hand wash only though, so that is a bit of an annoyance for me. Next up is this bat one. I got from Home Goods in 2017. This was one of the very first Halloween mugs I ever bought, and I love him. He's still one of my favorites. I just really like how you can hold on to his little bat wing over here if you really wanted to, and I like how this handle is shaped like a bat wing. Just gonna toss this one in with the bats because I don't really know where else to put it in the video, so it'll be part of our little bat mentions right now. Got this one this year from Home Goods, and I really like it. It's cute. I love how simple it is, and I feel like this is a really good all year round mug. It's ghost time, so I figured this is a good transition one to go from our bats to our ghosts. So it's a ghost holding a bat. I got this one this year from Marshall's, and now I know there's a cat one of these, and I really want it from Marshall's. This one is a ghost holding a jack-o'-lantern. The third one I found this year from Marshall's was the ghost holding the candy corn. This one is personally my favorite out of the 3 because I also am a big fan of candy corn. I feel like candy corn is another one of those elements that's not easy to find on Halloween mugs. This one is very similar to those mugs, however it's not the same brand, but it's cute nonetheless. It's a ghost and it's scared of this little mouse in the corner. I love its little arm going, oh, gasp, a gasp, a boo, a gasp. This ghost mug is one that I found from Target this year, and I love the swish of his little ghost body. It's so cute. Here's another ghost mug I found from Target a couple years ago. I love this one as well. I love how his hands are out, kind of like a zombie. However, this one is also very small, so I don't normally put things in this one as often, just because I'd rather have a big cup of tea or coffee versus like a little itty bitty boy. The last ghost shaped mug I have is this Mickey Mouse one, and it says boo to you on the other side. I got this at the Disney store, and I think 2017 my mom bought it for me. And RIP to the Disney store. I'm so sad that they decided to close them, but it is what it is, I guess. This is one I got from Home Goods. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago now, and they're just cute little guys. Oh wait, maybe it was at Home Goods? It might have been Tuesday morning. Anyways, they're so cute. I love how there's different shapes, different facial expressions, and they are just running around with some pumpkins and spider webs. The last ghost mug I have is this one. I really like how simple it is. It's just a white background with ghosts floating all around, and it has that vanilla bean speckle, I like to call it. Okay, this is where it gets hard to figure out the next transition, but I think I'm gonna go with more shapes. So these ones are skull or skeleton related. Matching our little guy over there, we have a skeleton face on a mug, and it is kind of skull-esque shaped. And I got this one from Target 2 years ago, but I think they brought it back this year as well. Next up is this mug. It's a skeleton hand grabbing around the mug. You know, that skeleton has to drink some coffee and tea too. I don't know what's going on outside, so hopefully you can ignore that noise. Next up is this cutie little skeleton driving an automobile. I just really like how it's a very like 50s style like Cadillac car, and it has stars and a bat up above it. On the handle it says Happy Halloween. Let's move into our spooky witches. So I have a couple cauldrons, and then we'll move into the more witchy ones. Start off with the most basic one here. This one is from Killstar, and I got this one like 4 or 5 years ago now. It's when they first came out with their cauldron mugs. Now they have all kinds of different colors. Next up is this cauldron mug. This side, it looks just like a cauldron, kind of like the Killstar one. However, if you flip it around, it has a very subtle spiderweb design with a spider, and I really like that. It's nice and with the tactileness of it. It feels great in your hand, so I really like this one from Target. This is another one I found from Target. I think this was one from 2021, and I like how they put the spider web on it. I kind of wish the spider web wasn't at the front of the mug. It just is hard to display that way. I wish it was kind of more on this side, but it's okay. I really still like it a lot. The feet are nice on this cauldron mug as well. I like how it only has 3 feet instead of 4. Moving into actual witches, we have this one. I got this one from Home Goods this year. I love this mug so much. I love the gold details on it. It really just makes it look a lot more sophisticated. Next up is this witch mug. This one I really like a lot. I'm still debating whether or not I want to get rid of it. It's because it's such a big mug, which is great. Hand for scale, which probably means nothing. It's really good for soups and things like that. However, I don't typically think about reaching for it when I do make soups. That's like my only thing. I really like how the witch is in the middle, and then like spurting out from the witch are witch hats, moons, and stars. I just really like the color scheme of this one a lot. On the inside, it's full of spider webs. Next up is this Ray Dunn mug. It says I put a spell on you, and it has some witch legs. This one I didn't really realize was Ray Dunn until I saw the bottom. I just really like this one a lot. It's something different from Ray Dunn. I like when she does her little designs instead of just her writing on them. And this one is kind of fun because it reminds me of an egg, like a big old egg, like an ostrich egg, and I don't know why that makes my brain happy, but it does. Next up is this witch hat one that I got from Marshall's. I believe it was in 2020. I really like this one. I like how there's stamped witch hats on them, and then the background, instead of the black speckles, we get blue speckles. You can really see it on the inside there, and then around the rim is like a gray little touch. Next up is this one. Technically there's only one little witch on here, however I thought that would just be a good transition one to other categories that I have going on. This one is a Polish pottery mug, and I really like Polish pottery. This one is such a nice one to hold. It really does something when I hold it. It's just like a very huggable mug, and I love huggable mugs. I love all the details on it, and I love how they're all each handmade. It's a little bit different. Then on the bottom, this one doesn't really say it just because it's been worn off, but it'll normally say the artist who did this one for you, which I think is really cool. So we'll just transition into this one because the same thing, Polish pottery, just different year. So this one I think was the 2020 Polish pottery collection. It's super cool. I love the haunted house on it. I love the big giant spider web. It just is all things Halloween all in one. Again, a very huggable mug. I really like the handle on this one as well as the rim because it reminds me of cobblestone, and I love me a good old cobblestone street. As an American, those are hard to come by, so whenever I see them, I get super happy about it. This one, I think, was made by Julia. Are you guys bored yet? Hopefully not. Hopefully you're also enjoying these Halloween mugs with me. We, I think, are about 2/3 of the way through, so we still got a little bit to go. We're gonna pivot again. And we're gonna go back to some Disney mugs. So we got ones from Haunted Mansion as well as A Night for Christmas. So we're gonna do Night for Christmas first. First we have this Oogie Boogie mug, and this one I got last year. However, I saw it again this year on their website if you're interested. This one is really cool because the mouth and eyes, if you put a hot liquid in them, it turns into bugs, which, what a cute little detail since we all know Oogie Boogie is made out of bugs. Next up we have this mug. It's the mayor. I really like how one side is one of his faces and the other side is the other mayor face. This one does come with a topper on it, the one that's supposed to keep your beverages warm. However, I never really use it because it's rubbery. My cat's hair always sticks to it, but it's his hat. We have two Haunted Mansion mugs. This one I think is really interesting and fun. I don't use this one a lot because it is hand wash only, but it is a beautiful mug nonetheless. It has a lot of really cool details. It has the gargoyles along the bottom. And this one I believe was one that I got in 2017. This one was gifted to me, so that was very kind. I think this is technically the very first spooky mug I've ever gotten. I think this one I got in 2015, and it is a Haunted Mansion mug, obviously, with the Haunted Mansion wallpaper. And then on the inside, hurry back. Next up, we have this mug. This one I kind of forgot about until like 2 seconds ago, so hopefully now I have every mug that exists in my apartment. This one, I believe is supposed to be Joanna Parker. However, I do have a slight inkling that maybe it was a knockoff one because this one is not very well made and it doesn't have the Joanna Parker label on the bottom. I don't know if they normally do, but this one definitely does not. And I don't know if you can see on his little arm, but there's a crack right here, and so I am definitely afraid of actually using it to hold my beverages. So I just kind of have it right now holding my pencils and pens. Let's head into some Spiderwebs, shall we? Here's our first Spiderweb mug. It is very similar to the jack-o'-lantern one I showed you. It's same brand, Coco and Lola. I got this one last year from Marshall's, and this one also came in a pack of 4 mugs. And this one also is very reminiscent of one I showed you earlier. It is the same brand as the Witch Hat one, and I got in the same year as the Witch Hat one. It just instead of spider webs all over and a looming spider, which I do think is funny how they put one purple spider in there. This one does not have the speckles though. Moving into mugs that have phrases on them, because I'm not really sure where else to put these ones. First one we got this guy. This one is a ghost that says trick or treat 2 times, not once, twice. That's a lot of trick-or-treating this ghost is doing. Next up is this mug, and it says arsenic. This one is not very well made. It is from Big Lots, so I don't really reach for this one very often. I do think the shape is cool, and I like how it's like a giant teacup, but yeah, it's not super well made. Next up is this mug. It is a Bones Coffee Company mug, and it's supposed to be the like jack-o'-lantern coffee flavor, and I just think the design is really cool. Next up is this mug. Now, where's that phrase you're talking about there, Rachel? Well, it's on the handle. Happy Haunting. This one was my boyfriend's favorite mug, I think is what he said. Definitely one of his favorites, that's for sure. The inside has an orange flannel look to it. It's very fun, very cozy. This one's also a very good suit mug just because it's a very large size. We have Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. This one I like how the font flows from one word to the next. It just makes my brain satisfied for some reason. Has little elements of bats and a spider. Handle is black, the inside is black. Next up is this mug. I think this one I got either last year or 2 years ago from Home Goods. It says Trick or Treat, has a really cute pumpkin. I like the stars around it. That's kind of what sold me on it. For some reason, I just really like that touch. Has that vanilla bean sprinkle all around it. These next 3 I got this year from Joann's. This one says, I'm spooky all year long, and it has a bat on it, and it's black. This side has that oops that I think someone didn't like. That's why I only found 1 of these left, but I don't mind because I Really like this mug. Next, it says it's never too early for Halloween, and I like how the 4 has these leaves on it, and then we got a spooky jack-o'-lantern with some vines coming out of it. And we got Hocus Pocus, I need us to focus. Again, I don't really like this phrase, however, the branches really sold me with the leaves or pine cones on them, and then a bat. Last one has a phrase on it. This one says wicked. I really like this one, however, the bottom part really bothers me. If I have really dry hands, I feel like I just want to scream because it really sticks to my hands and I hate it. But it's a really cool mug. I really like how it's just a little bit different than other mugs that I normally see. It just feels more spooky versus like cutesy Halloween. Here are some miscellaneous ones, so I don't know where to put them. This one I got this year from Home Goods. I like how it's half black, half orange. Bottom has a skeleton, top has cats with a spooky haunted house. Another half and half mug. This one I got from Home Goods this year. I like the little filigree swirl on the handle. I like how it's half white, half black. We got filigree down here, jack-o'-lanterns and bats, and it kind of goes all the way around the mug. And then the inside has a sneaky bat. We got some black cats hiding in pumpkins. I got this one from Home Goods last year. Then we have this mug. I think this one I got last year from Home Goods, and I really like the ghost with the jack-o'-lantern head coming out of jack-o'-lanterns with the tombstones. I don't know, it just has every little element that I love in a Halloween mug. I have 3 of these tumblers, however, one of them's missing and I don't know where my boyfriend put it, but whatevs. I'll hope we can find it at some point. This one is another one that I have. It's orange with an orange little handle thing on it, which is nice because it's very grippy. And this one just has skeletons dancing all over, and even a unicorn is joined in on the dancing party that's going on this little tumbler guy. This is the other one that I have. The third one has ghosts on it, which again I don't know where it is, but this one is I think my favorite out of the 3. I like how it has purple instead, and then I do like all the little elements. We got a cauldron, a tombstone, jack-o'-lantern, cat, mouse, etc. Then all of those style tumblers I got from Home Goods the last couple, 2 or 3 years. Hey, I think we're on to the last category. If you've made it this far, good job. Oh my gosh. This has been a long video and I'm fingers crossed it's interesting. Hopefully my fun self has been keeping it lively for y'all, or deadly, whatever way you want to go for Halloween. So I have some Portabella mugs to share with you guys, and these mugs, I've all collected them from Home Goods, TJ Maxx, or Marshalls. That's where I found these Portabella mugs. The only one that I didn't find from there was from Depop, and I got from Jewel Cherie. Follow her on Instagram or TikTok because she's beautiful and she has the most great Halloween content, / she has really awesome outfits she always puts together. Anyways, let me stop gushing about her. Yeah, but I got these Portabella mugs, so this is one of them. This one has witches all around it, and they're kind of just dancing or doing their own thing. So what I really like about the Portabella mug brand is how there's always a rim with something around it, and then the inside always has something, which that's just like I said, I like details, and these mugs are detail filled. Around the rim of this one are some spiders, and then the inside has a cauldron that says poison. This was one of my first mugs I ever found that was Halloween related, again from 2017. Has haunted houses all the way around it. I like how it's just black and white for the color scheme. The inside has little crosses, and then the bottom says trick or treat. This one might be my favorite Portabella mug. I just love how it's picture frames on a wall, like a gallery wall, and I think that's super fun and interesting. I like how they kept the color scheme very minimal to just green, white, and orange. Then the inside has bats. Bottom says, eat, drink, and be scary. Next up, we have some trick-or-treaters. Again, I like how they kept the color scheme more minimal on their mug. And then the inside has some bats, and then the bottom says trick-or-treat with extra bats, which is extra exciting. This one's Halloween everywhere all the time. It says Happy Halloween on it, and obviously it has a bunch of different Halloween elements: skulls, bats, witch hats, fall leaves, spiders, anything and everything you could ask for. The inside, it has some candies and jack-o'-lanterns. Then the bottom is trick or treat with some extra candies in it. This mug always makes me wish I had a black cat, but here we have some black cats doing black cat things around Halloween time. Moon, stars, pumpkins, boo, mice. So many little things. And again, I like the minimal color scheme with just black and orange and white. The inside kind of gives me Coraline vibes, and I think it's just because it's a black cat and stars, which honestly I love because I love Coraline.
What's shaking, baby? Hello.
Then Trick or Treat at the bottom, and it's all orange with stars. Are you ready? Last. Let me double check before I say that. Okay. Last but not least in my Halloween mug collection is this one. This one I got this year off of Depop from Jewelry, and this one I've been searching for so long in stores and I never was able to find it, so I was very happy that she was selling it online. It's so cute. I love how it's stuff hanging from a wall. Just a bunch of witchy things, like a witch is like, oh, I'm tired for my day. I'm just gonna hang my socks up, my cauldron up, my witch hat up, anything and everything. It's so cute. And the inside has bats, and then the bottom says, you've been poisoned with a spider on it. Thank you guys so much for sitting through this obnoxiously large and in charge Halloween mug collection. There's a lot of stuff here, and just applause all around if you were able to sit through the whole entire thing, because dear goodness gracious, I didn't realize I had this many mugs until just now, and now I don't really know how to feel. I don't know how to feel about it.
I'm judging me.
Thanks for sitting through day 5. Tomorrow what are we doing on day 6? We are going apple picking, and we're gonna have a good old time together in our little vlog, going out picking apples, making caramel apples, doing all the things with apples, to be honest. I'm very excited to do that with you guys, and I'm gonna close out. This video's been long enough, so stay spooky, my friends, and I will see you tomorrow in another 13 days of Halloween video.